It is time to defend Joseph Parker with his first defense of the WBO World Heavyweight title fight in his own neighborhood. This is the WBO Events Centre, South Auckland. His first home, his other home, his real home, you could say, is Samoa, but more about that a little later on. There is a sellout crowd here for this one as he takes on Razvan Cojanu from Romania. It is the defense of the WBO Heavyweight World title fight. Hello folks, wherever you're watching around New Zealand or the world, this is Sky Arena. I'm Stephen McCarver, and this is the monster, Monty Bentham, in the house, and we are really pumped about this one. Monty, he didn't get Huey Fury, he chickened out. He gets Razvan Cojanu, a training partner, but how much does he really know about him?
Well, it's a training partner that poses a few problems in itself. Think about a sparring partner and what their role is. Their role is to come in, maybe go at 80% max in terms of what they do. But on the flip side of it, it's what Joseph Parker throws at him. So for about 4 weeks, you've seen.
These are live pictures coming in now from Joseph Parker entering the Vodafone Events Centre. And you know the one thing about Joseph Parker, he's like a Pied Piper for a start, but he's just the most gentle bloke you'll ever meet.
Well, you're in South Auckland, which is his hood. That's where he grows up, and everyone loves him and follows him. But it doesn't matter where you go, he greets everyone so nicely. There's Tui there's been there for a very long time. And he's a good man. He's the people's champ in terms of he's got time for everyone, no doubt about it.
Okay, Mons, let's talk about Razvan Cojanu, though, because he's an angry man. He didn't get the rematch clause in his contract. He's ready to go. Yes, Joe, we're with you too. So, is he a threat to Joseph? Genuine threat. That's what people want to know.
Well, the threat is this. He's a sparring partner, so no one knows Joseph Parker better than Razvan. He's been spending the last 4 weeks sparring against him, seeing what he's like. So every time Joe throws a particular combination, he knows the triggers. He's seen the tells on that. On the flip side of that, though, they don't know how he goes because he's always emulating Huey Fury. He's always emulating somebody else. So tonight, Joseph Parker will find out how Razvan actually fights.
So in your words, it's a genuine threat, Razvan Cojanu.
Well, it's the unknown, the fear of the unknown, but he knows very well that he is so passionate about this and getting a result for Romania.
On a beautiful night here at the Vodafone Events Centre, we are now closing in on the main event. The WBO Heavyweight Champ is in the house, and this is his first defence. Joseph Parker unbeaten up against the monster. There he is, Razvan Cojanu, at a little over 2 metres and a big reach. It's time to get it on, folks. It's live.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please be standing for the singing of the Romanian, Samoan, and New Zealand national anthem. The Romanian national anthem and New Zealand national anthem will be sung by Mr. Tay Williams, and the Samoan national anthem will be sung by Ipu Langaya Jr.
There's music playing. Të shtepto de rumune, don sono celle morte, un care ti han decire, vai vari de tiran, vai vari de tiran. Acum or noi ce-ai data, croiește-te orte suore, al care să se chine și cruzite dușman, și cruzite dușman. Acum or niciodată să dăm doveți un nume, ca nas de mui mai curge un sunge de roman, un sunge de roman. Și canul noastre poetui pastramu fale nume, triumfeto un lupte, un nume de Traian, un nume de Traian. ai, o le whaelonga lea o Samoa wa mawhai, o nā tautai o i Samoa, mau, lau pule whawawau, awa e te whewhe o lea tua lota whawae, o lota sa o lotonga, Samoa tulai, wangi angi a lau fua, o lau palelea. Ehi oa atua, o ngā iwi matura, a ta whakarokona, me aroha noa, kia hua ko te pai, kia tauto a ka whai, mana ki te amai, a te aroa. God of nations at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices we entreat. God defend our free land. God Pacific's triples down from the shores of strife and war. Make her praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the main event of the evening. It is scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds of World Championship Heavyweight Boxing. It is for the WBO Heavyweight Championship of the World. It is sponsored by Havel. The sanctioning body is the WBO. The supervisor is Leon Panoncillo. The three judges at ringside, Gerardo Martinez, Dion Duarte, and Dan Rax Tap Danson. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge is Michael Ortega. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands in attendance here at the WBO Events Centre in South Auckland, New Zealand, and for the millions of people watching this broadcast in over 170 countries around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, would somebody, somewhere, make some noise? Introducing first, making his way to the red corner, this is the challenger, Razvan Cojanu!
So the Colonel Bob Sheridan here with Mike Gangove as Razvan Cojanu, ranked number 14th in the WBO. You know the story, he gets the opportunity. He was a sparring partner for Joseph Parker when Huey Fury was injured his back. He had to pull out 2 weeks ago. And this gives the sparring partner the Rocky scenario. Cojanu
from Romania, knows that everybody in Romania is watching as he comes in with the Romanian flags. He had an extensive amateur career, over 300 fights. Over the years, he's won dozens and dozens of amateur championships as a professional. He was in the finals of the 2015 8-man tournament called Vaccino. Since that loss to Donovan Dennis, he's won 3 in a row against decent competition, but not the highest of level. He's been in training camp with Parker twice. He knows him well. He's fought over 100 rounds with him. He worked with him to get ready for Dimitrenko, and obviously to get ready fighting Huey Fury's style. Now he gets a chance to fight his own style for the heavyweight championship of the world. So Joseph makes his way in here. You know how big the night was a week ago when Anthony Joshua retained his title. Not the venue, but certainly an enthusiasm of the crowd on hand here in New Zealand. This is Joseph Parker world, and eventually these two guys will meet. Joseph Parker has to get past Razvan Cojanu, who has nothing to lose. Joseph comes in here, 22-0, 18 knockouts. He's had a new conditioning coach, Elliot Calvin. Kevin Barry is brought in to get him ready for this fight. And Kevin feels like he had to fight. And again, a lot of credit to Duco CEO David Higgins, Gene Lonergan, for keeping this fight together. As Joe Parker has to fight a guy that can be very, very dangerous. We'll find out. As you take a look at the tail of the tape, everything favors Cojanu. The height, the weight, he's a mammoth guy. 5 years older, much longer reach. Look at the records, though. Joseph's undefeated. Cojanu, is he in the same class? Well, tonight we'll find out.
One thing, Colonel, that I'm a little concerned about. Here we go with the lieutenant.
Of the evening, it is scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds of professional world championship heavyweight boxing. It is for the WBO Heavyweight Championship of the World, sponsored by Havel in association with Manukau Events. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing red trunks with gold trim. He weighed in at 124.6 kgs or 274.6 pounds. He hails from Voinetsti, Romania, now residing in Sherman Oaks, Burbank, California, USA. He is ranked 14th by the WBO. He is the Romanian heavyweight champion from 2005 to 2009. He's the current WBO Asia Pacific heavyweight champion. He has 18 professional fights with 16 wins, 2 losses, with 9 big wins coming by way of KO. Introducing the challenger, Razvan Bigfoot Cojanu! And his opponent standing across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks with diamond trim. He weighed in at 111.5 kgs or 245.8 pounds. He hails from South Auckland, New Zealand, and representing the beautiful country of Samoa. He has boxed 99 professional rounds of heavyweight boxing with an 82% knockout ratio. He is trained by world-renowned boxing coach and trainer Kevin Barry. He is an undefeated heavyweight world champion with 22 professional fights, 22 wins, 18 big wins coming by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, making his first world heavyweight title defense right here tonight, he is the reigning, defending WBO heavyweight champion of the world. Introducing the Soleil La Auli Ole Malietoa, Joseph Parker. Fighters to the center ring, please, to Michael Ortega's instructions.
This is for the heavyweight championship of the world. 10-point must-scoring system, no standing 8 count. There's no 3 knockdown rule. If that cannot be said with the bell in any round, only the referee can stop the fight.
Rules on a good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
Michael Ortega, the third man in the ring, is a veteran of 50 world title fights. He hails from Connecticut in the United States of America. Let's see how it goes. Joseph Parker, 22-0, 18 knockouts. There's a lot lined up for him if he can get by this guy. Deontay Wilder in the United States and Anthony Joshua. And don't forget, Tyson Fury's still in the picture. And here we go, round 1, heavyweight championship of the world. Parker, of course, in the black trunks, in the red, is Razvan Cojanu.
Cojanu's been very relaxed throughout the week. He says he is the underdog. Now, my concern for Parker is he needs to have the edge. He can't buy into this relaxation game. He still needs to be clinical. It's a big man in front of him. He needs to get him out of the way.
Well, that's exactly what he needs to do. Joseph taking his time right now. Doesn't want to open up too much. He'd like to work on some things he thinks he might have to do against Deontay Anthony Joshua. But it's different because Cojanu has no fear of Joseph. Obviously, the hand speed of Joseph Parker. Joseph getting much thicker in the chest. Shoulders are getting much bigger with his new strength and conditioning coach, that Elliot Calvin I mentioned.
He's on target with the jab early. Does have a very good jab, Joseph Parker.
Downstairs, not much movement by Cojanu.
Cojanu's got a slappy left hook. He does throw it pretty well. But he needs to make an impact early as well. Doesn't want to take the sparring partner's route of just falling into a rhythm.
Cut Joseph with a crisp left hand and smiled at him. Joseph comes right back at him. Cojanu holds the arms up to, hey, you didn't hurt me. Remember, this guy knows everything there is to know about Joe Parker. He sparred with him over 100 rounds, getting ready for Dimitrenko and, of course, for Huey Fury. Huey, by the way, is still a mandatory, and at some stage they're going to have to fight.
Digging that right hand to the body, looking to set up perhaps a left hook, or to create the reaction down low to come over the top with the overhand right.
Big, awkward sort of guy is Razvan Cojanu. Wild and wide with his right hand. Just because of his size, he's got a lot of power. In his 16 victories, he has 9 knockouts.
Parker does need to.
Joe comes upstairs, flies away upstairs, and then Cojanu ties him up. And Michael Ortega has to separate the two.
Parker just needs to keep his right hand up, I was about to say, just to be aware of Cojanu's left hook.
Cojanu is sort of that Eastern European style. He's talking to Joseph Parker now. Holds the hands up. Now he's dropped the left hand down.
Parker just keeping him moving, keeping him turning.
And that's exactly what he wants to do with a big fella like this. This is so huge for Cojanu, and he's so relaxed. But he's got to do something more offensively here. Joe comes upstairs, and it's partially blocked on the back of the glove. This Joe showing some hand speed. Cojanu lights it up a little bit this time. Cojanu just smiling at him. Well, Cojanu didn't much do anything in that round, so that's a Parker round, 10-9.
Good work to the body from Parker. Cojanu didn't offer much, but he's got out of the first round, and that can often be important. But one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to let the underdog get any confidence, because it's hard to switch that around. Parker needs to keep him on the back foot.
So far, big and slow. We listen to Kevin.
I don't want you getting in too close to him. Remember when we do close, we've got to angle out. Okay? Possibility. We're working up. Now, tell you what's going to be there is that under and over is going to be there for us. I'm seeing it. You see it? Yeah. It dance down. You see it? That's good. Here's as much as it's body. That overhand light's going to be there.
Fight sponsored by Great Wall Motors. They're going to bring the Havel. It's China's #1 SUV coming to you soon in New Zealand. We move to round number 2. Let's see if Parker opens it up a little bit more here. First round of feeling out round for me. Looks like he's got an adrenaline flow going here now. Joseph Parker, of course, in the black trunks with the diamond trim. That's alligator and diamond. The trunks and outfit young Taylor Barry designed, and they tell me it costs about $10,000. So he's wearing championship gear now.
Certainly a little bit more flash than my Kmart boxer shorts. Parker is on range early, backed him up to the ropes. Now Cojanu will... I'm surprised he hasn't leaned on him a little bit more, wrenched the arm, just done something to make Parker carry his bulk.
Well, Kevin Barry told Joseph, I'm going to allow him work from the outside. Take your time. Don't be too impatient here with this guy. Kevin told me that Joseph knows exactly what Razvan can do, and he's well able to handle it in the gym. This is not, 16-ounce gloves. These are 10-ounce championship gloves. So both guys have much more power. Razvan, that time, Mikey, he does lean down on him, pushes him down. Razvan, what did I do? What did I do?
Yeah, whatever, buddy. We know exactly what you did. So does the referee. He just knew when to let go.
Round 2, heavyweight championship of the world at stake, and millions of dollars for the victor. People here in Auckland, of course, this is a world telecast, so we'll try to give it the even call for Cojanu, but where I'm sitting, everybody wants Joseph Parker to win this fight.
Parker's just got to be cautious of overreaching with that right hand. And this is where Cojanu needs to tie him up. Kevin Barrow's calling for the upstairs, downstairs, so working upstairs and down the body, but that also involves hand speed. And in order to get the hand speed, Cojanu will have to allow him the arms free. If he doesn't do that, that will break Parker's rhythm.
Cojano's smiling at him, telling him he's a little exhausted right now. There's a lot more power with those hands coming with those, as I mentioned, the 10-ounce clubs. Joseph not trying to be too flashy, taking his time. Cojanu got one to the head there, the left hook right back. Cojanu said, nah, no power there. Right hand, there was power there. Joseph flips it with the right hand. Crowd's into it now.
And this is the kind of stuff that Cojanu needs to do. Now he's starting to tie him up. Now he's starting to lean on him.
It's not the kind of stuff that Parker needs on the inside with the heads clashing. A cut can push his activity back for 6 months. That isn't something that he wants right now.
See Cojanu just locking Parker's right hand underneath his armpit on the blind side of the referee.
Joseph window with that one.
Well, it's a clear round for Parker, but just signs of frustration there. Again, Cojanu may have the inside running on, just knowing how to edge on his former campmate. Just get inside his head a little.
For Joe, it's hard to look good against this guy because he's so big and he can tie him up.
Now there's some good little work here from Cojanu. It was a little later in the round where he did some nice work tying Parker up. Nothing's landed super clean yet. Glancing shot over the top of the head. Missing with that to punctuate the end of the round, and that's just Parker getting frustrated.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration. He actually skipped forward. Now we'll see Joe turn it up another notch here in round 3. At this point, nothing great for Joseph so far, but he's got to maintain his patience here against this big behemoth guy and continue to try and break him down. Cojanu now is starting to have some fun in this fight, and Parker doesn't want to fool around with this guy at all. As I said, big, tall guy like this is hard to look good against. But Anthony Joshua is going to be a couple of inches taller, not as tall as this guy.
But he'll hit considerably harder, and he's quicker. And Cojanu tie him up again. Parker just chopping over the top.
Joe, out of frustration, whacks Cojanu a couple of times behind the head.
Parker's just getting a bit predictable with the overhand.
Well, he wants to land something now to make it definitive and take the smile off the face of Cojanu. Remember, these guys know each other so well. Joseph up on the toes. Cojanu smiling at him, trying to frustrate him. And that's the game plan. You're going to put your ears back and just come wailing at him. But so far, Cojanu really hasn't opened up. Good hard body work. That's what you want to do with a big guy and bring those arms down.
Cojanu's allowing Parker to come to the body there, and he's looking to get that left hand over the top, and then he tries to switch him under his armpit. He's complaining about being hit over the back of the head, but part of that's because he's dropping his weight down on Parker.
Joe needs to do what Anthony did in the 11th round, and that's position himself as a big guy goes to pull that head and unleash an uppercut on the inside.
Slapping left hook there, caught Parker on the way, and it was taken on the glove.
He yells never at Joseph. Now Joseph turns it up a bit. They exchange, and Joseph's trying to rough her up a little bit. Now Cojanu.
Knock it off, next time we'll take a point.
Okay, that's a hard warning about using the glove up in the hand of Razvan Cojanu. And in fairness, Michael Ortega goes across the way to Cojanu and says, hey, don't be hanging on the head. And those were hard warnings, meaning a point can be taken away.
Yeah, well, that's good control by the referee. That's nice work from Parker there. He found an opening with the left hook. Just get back on his jab. He's got the speed advantage.
Yeah, Joe needs to get up on the toes like this, move in and out, move around. figures like he can take this guy out 4, 5, 6 rounds someplace there. Joe will continue to build up the pace as the fight goes on. But he's tired of fooling around with this guy right now. And like you said, Mike, a little while ago, you don't want to give this guy any false hope and confidence that he can do anything to hurt Parker. There's no offense from Raz right now.
No, he's just purely trying to frustrate him.
That right hand caught him. There's a couple of overhand rights by Cojanu. This is kind of tough stuff on the inside. But again, Cojanu's not doing much.
What he is doing, though, is he's frustrating Parker.
He's frustrating the daylights out of him.
He's making it for an ugly fight. And just got a little bit of niggle inside the head of Parker. And this is where Kevin Barry needs to do a job with this boy. Get him to keep calm.
Just keep going.
And you can see Cojanu there. He's just reaching for the head. He's waiting for Parker to leave it there so he can hold on to it, put it under his armpit just perfectly there, and maybe throw a couple of cheap shots. And that's frustration from Parker. Both of them got the warning there. Parker can get a little bit right hand happy. Maybe he just needs to vary that up a little bit.
Now he's frustrated now, Mike, because he's being tied up on the inside. That isn't really where he wants to fight this guy. He's got to stay up on his toes. Turn this guy. Move him around.
Keep it clean, guys.
He's up on the toes, and Mike Ortega says, keep it nice and clean. There's the first outside punch from Razvan. Cojanu, this is the night of his life, and so far he hasn't done much offensively. Starts to waltz away, and Joseph's picked it up a little bit more now as he comes back upstairs. Razvan better stay concentrating. Now he chops him with the right hand. Bangs him with the right hand. Big Joe's turning it up a notch. And Razvan looks like he wants to fight.
No, he only wants to fight when he's hitting and holding. That's what he wants to do.
Well, that's all he really can do. I mean, this guy isn't a gifted athlete like Joseph Parker.
I'd like to see Parker, when he chops down with the right hand there, I'd like to see him chop back upstairs, downstairs with the right hand. Well, okay, point off. Well, this is...
He's taking a point off. Cojanu loses a point.
Wow, stay off his neck.
No, he's been pretty tight on that, Michael Ortega.
There's Joe with what he needs to do. Use the hand speed upstairs, downstairs, then let the right hand go. So far, it's been very difficult for Parker to look real good here tonight. A little puffiness underneath his left eye. Cojanu has got a few through there.
Parker's just a little bit more tentative with his jab. He needs to get on it, and Cojanu just got a reaction there too. Not ideal.
It's hard for Joseph to look good against this guy, and somehow I can picture Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearns and the whole crew over there in England just salivating at the mouth. Look at that left hook.
Doubled up on the left hook nicely there.
Step back. Good job.
And there's Cojanu's game plan quite clearly. Tie him up.
Well, that's all he really can do. Get clipped pretty subtly with that right hand that starts the knee straight out of Cojanu. We're in the 4th round. Nobody has been shaken yet. Cojanu's job, Mike, here is to frustrate and make this thing go as long as he can. He thinks if he can get this guy in the later rounds that maybe he can land something. I don't want to call lucky punches, but, you know, when a guy's that size, but he doesn't seem to have the hand speed at all. I don't know if Cojanu's yelling at Joe, but Cojanu seems to really be enjoying himself.
I'd like to see Parker just second phase a little, step back for half a beat, and wait for Cojanu to wait for that break and then double back. And I think he'll catch him clowning.
Now, Joe's getting real serious right now because he doesn't like being shown up. And right now, Joseph, I don't want to say he doesn't look good, but because it's tough to do what he's trying to do with this guy that knows every move. Joe goes with the right hand lead that time. He's kind of underneath that left cheek. There he holds down the left hand and he catches him with the right hand. Cojanu might say, that's all you got? Well, there's a couple of shots in the body. Now there's a point off, so this is a 10-8 round. Parker wins the round. And the point off for hanging on.
Well, there's no question as to who's winning the fight, because Cojanu's not offering much in terms of offense. Let's have a listen into his corner, Lionel Lara.
Yeah, but don't listen. Okay, listen here. Stop trying to be cute out there.
Change your level and stay down. Keep that double jab going, mate.
Nice job getting that, you know, the left hook. He cleared out the middle and then went down, straight down the middle. But Joe is getting a little frustrated here. He wants to look good, and it's hard to look good against a big guy like this. A guy that really is here in survival mode, almost sparring partner mode. With all that's on the line for Cojanu, if he can pull an upset, he hasn't won a round yet.
There was a combination right there at the end of the round where Parker jabbed, then he slapped the left hook and threw the right hand. If he can just catch Cojanu drifting into that, I think it'll do some damage.
And again, with the taller guy, I'm always concerned about a guy like Parker getting cut. Joseph is going to open it up a little bit more here in the 5th round. And this is about where Kevin Barry told me he'd like to see Joe really try to take him out. So let's see if Joe can pick it up a little bit. On the other hand, Cojanu's got to turn it up a whole bunch more.
I'd be quite happy to see just Parker just pecking away with that lead jab. Well, not so much pecking, but really opening him up with that jab. Yeah, frustrating him with his speed.
He's got a lot of pride, Mike, and he wants to look good in this fight, and it's going to be hard to look good against this guy.
You notice how Joe's just falling in a little bit. He's delivering his combination, he's falling in. Just like to see him take half a step back at time or change the angle, and that'll give him a second phase. There, that's a little better.
Yeah, nice hard shot to the body, but it's going to take more than that. He's going to have to catch him on the other side, to the liver side, and try to cripple this big guy to drop him.
By stepping back, it doesn't allow Cojanu to sit on him. And then he can catch him second phase as Cojanu follows him.
Time Cojanu get the right hand through. Joe, a little expression on his face. This is what he needs to do. Keep turning him. Cojanu tried to cut him off. Joe had to...
Now, again there, see, when Cojanu goes over his head like that, just change your angle slightly and rip back with the left hook to the solar plex, and Cojanu will stop it soon enough.
Parker feints. Cojanu talking to him totally, but breathing heavily.
There's that right hand.
Joe got ripped that time by a decent shot. What's Cojanu complaining about?
He caught Parker just drifting long along the ropes there. Good left hook by Parker.
Yeah, Joe caught him with a decent left hook, pushes him off. A little bit of puffiness between the left eye. That right hand found a hole. That time upstairs. Now he complains to the referee, and the referee bought it. He didn't hit him at all, by the way.
No, and it was actually a good body shot. I think he felt it.
He's so tall, though. You take it from underneath the elbow, and it could be south of the border a little bit, but...
well, to be fair, there's plenty of fence between the border there. He's such a big man.
Well, Cojanu, you got to remember, this is his role right now. People watching in Romania, this is the biggest thing, I think, since they hung Ceausescu. I don't know if that's politically correct.
See where Parker changed the angle
there.
You get the idea. See where Parker changed the angle there. That's where he needs to just go under that and try and deliver that left hook. Cojanu just being a bit more sneaky. He's opening up a little bit more himself.
Well, it's another Parker round. But, you know, again, all I can think of is people in the UK and around the world when they're comparing the heavyweight championship fight a week ago. This is a whole different thing. Those two fighters lined up and really put on the show with knockdowns. And now it's time for Joe to put on his show.
Well, he started off the round well. You see there coming in and out. And then a little later on, he just bought into that. Now, that long right hand is not something he will want to be taking from Joshua or Wilder. So he needs to be cautious about that, particularly when he's backed up to the ropes.
I mean, that's as good a punch there as this guy, Cojanu, can throw for a guy that's, 6'7.5", 280 pounds, a massive man. So we move to round number 6. Kevin really talking to Joseph Parker right now. Let's see if Joe can turn it up and try to finish this thing off now.
I think he's flat and frustrated.
He is frustrated, and I feel for him.
Yeah, but this is the fight game. There's a big winding uppercut from Cojanu.
Exactly, Mike. This is the fight game.
It's a harsh mistress. You don't have anywhere to hide. Good work from Parker.
Yeah,
see how he's dropping the shoulder there. I don't think that's a good idea to try and bump him off with the shoulder. He's better just to step back and create more room to punch.
Now, Joe is getting his room, and he's trying to spin this guy around, trying to set him up. Watch the body shot. He goes back upstairs, double, triple jab. Now he needs to throw the right hand behind it. Joe's getting the perfect positioning now, going between those high gloves. And as those high gloves come up, watch him rip the body.
There's that slap left hook, and that long left hook he throws will, because Kojanu's now starting to follow. And if he's following him, he can double the impact on a shot.
Flip Joe upstairs again. He needs to rip him underneath that right elbow. Instead, he rips him with the right hand upstairs. Downstairs first, then back upstairs.
That was the shot, though. He's trying to drift him into it. And maybe Parker can come with that right uppercut as well.
Now he caught him with a nice, decent right hand that time. Nice left hook inside, right hand by Joseph Parker.
Well, he caught him clowning.
Now you see the hand speed is there, all right.
Good movement from Parker side to side. And he's just got to make the most of it.
Side to side isn't what Kevin Barry wants him to do. Kevin wants him to get him circling and get him crossing his legs up. He doesn't really want him side to side. He wants to turn him.
Yeah, that's better from Parker, though.
Yeah, that was good there. If you're going to fight guys like Deontay and Joshua, you're going to have to be able to turn them. If you can't do that, it's going to be difficult with the power that those two guys have. Chopping right hand at the back of Parker's head. Then he leans down on the neck again. He's already lost a point back in the 4th round by Michael Ortega, but Michael trying to get control of the fight at that stage.
Parker has gone under the last couple of right hands from Cojanu, which is good to see.
Cojanu, big, tall, awkward guy. Joe doing what he has to do. He's winning every single round. And while he's frustrated, he's not frustrated to the point where he's making foolish moves in the ring.
Turn around, and again, he knows what he needs to do there.
Step out of there, turn him around. Joe feints to the left. Cojanu is just trying to frustrate him, targeting him throughout the court. Those are some solid shots by Joe Parker. Cojanu hangs on and hits again. Watch again. You see Mike Ortega say, watch holding and hitting. Another Parker round.
He's holding back. He just seems to be a foot, half a pace off the accelerator. Let's have a listen to Kevin Barry.
Get him to react. You punch off the base. Stay out of the corner. I do not want you on the ropes. Hey, we don't need to be there. When we're doing that, we're helping him get lucky. Hey, Joe, he's walking around gas. Okay? Get your down style, go back to chopping down. Go the body a couple of times, then change it up. The left hook is there. You've got him with a nice 45. The hook's there for us. What's the body control?
Kevin Barry's a trainer. Taylor Barry is the mate and assistant trainer. And Brian Barry from Christchurch, who trains fighters on his own nights and in his own right, works as an assistant trainer as well with Joe Parker, and is the trainer of Joe's brother, John, who won his fight tonight. So here we go. This is round number 7. Scheduled 12 rounder for the WBO Heavyweight Championship of the World. First title defense. You know the story. Huey Fury was supposed to come down, injured his back. Sure, Frank Warren was sick about that. But Eddie Hearn might be happy because he's got a couple of fighters that would be real interested in fighting Joseph Parker. So the promoters will see what happens.
Parker's just, again, good work there. He's listened to the corner, go downstairs, create room.
This is nice stuff now by Joe. Up at the toes, using the left hand. Now when the guy comes in, he gets out of there. He doesn't have to take these shots, and that's what Kevin has told him. Don't take this guy's stuff. Get up and avoid him. When he comes at you, get out of there. Reset up. Get the jab established. Crash him with the right hand. He's got to start turning it up. Really show his championship ability, which he can do in a moment's notice.
The right hand's there if he throws it.
Here's Joe trading it up here. Cojanu smiles at him, which again just frustrates Joe. There's no smiling from Joseph Parker. As he comes off the ropes and lets Cojanu hold him up, walk him off.
He's really trying to suck what he can get out of the referee. He barely did anything there.
Joe did pull down on his head, but there's been enough of that, and Cojanu lost the point, so even things up. If Joe makes any illegal attempts, he'll probably even it up by taking a point away from him at some stage.
That's good work there from Parker.
Yeah, that's all he has to do, Mike, is just continue to work like that. Stay on his toes. He should dictate. Don't let this guy come in. Now walk around. That's perfect. Spin him out of there. That's what he's going to have to do when he fights a more competitive fighter like Joshua or Deontay.
He's there for the left hook. Parker's actually suckering him into the left hook if he can drift him onto it. Just with his movement.
Ortega staying right on top of Cojanu. Cojanu has done everything he can possibly do, including talking and talking and talking to Joseph. Like I said, these guys know each other very well. Been in camp 2 times. Cojanu continues to try to frustrate him, but he's not doing much offensively, and Parker just coasting the victory here. To this point, not one of the better heavyweight title fights that I've seen over the years. But Parker, on the other hand, is winning every round.
He's showing glimpses of doing some good things, but it's just not sustained enough. Cojanu breaks his rhythm enough. And there was that moment, Cojanu, very theatrical, arms out. That was a nice set of combinations there from Parker. Good work with the lead hand.
Got clipped with an uppercut on the inside. And the left hand, he saw that coming. Parker doesn't have a lot of respect for the power of Cojanu, which would indicate to me that he knows Cojanu doesn't have a lot of power. Joe is ungassed by any way, shape, or manner. And now let's see if he tries to turn it up another notch. Because it's at this stage, he wants to take him out. I can assure you that. Mama Sala, Daddy Dempsey, Brother John, all here.
This is now round 8 of 12. And Cojanu's still here. Hasn't offered much. The odd combination in response, usually from hitting and holding. Parker looking for that trademark overhand right of his. Cojanu just slapping him on the way out.
There are a couple of heavyweight fighters that fought Mike Tyson in similar fights like this. I can remember Mitch Blood Green was one of them that hung on, didn't do much offensively, and Bone Crusher Smith was a heavyweight champion, and he fought kind of the same way against Mike Tyson in kind of survival mode. And they weren't exceptional fights for Mike, and Mike was a really exciting heavyweight champion.
And Mitch Green lived off that notoriety for quite some time as well.
That time the right hand was blocked. That big, long left arm of Cojanu was able to block the right hand. Not that one.
Again, Parker needs to throw a little more than the right hand. Needs to follow it up with the left uppercut, left hook.
You never see Joe change expression much because he's all business in the ring. He never seems to get mad. He just fights.
Just needs to be cautious. He was drifting there. There's more of a jabbing right hand from Cojanu.
Round 8 at Vodafone Events Centre here in Manukau City. You know, Capital, you're funding for your success. One of our sponsors, and Invest Samoa. Glad that you can be with us as sponsors.
This is turning into one of those fights that look like they know each other well. It looks like Cojanu is able to do enough to nullify Parker. Again, Parker completely nonplussed by those shots.
A little blood coming from the lip of Cojanu now. I suspect he's cut inside the mouth or on the lip. Nobody's been down, nobody's been shaken. Joe Parker's landed all the punches. Cojanu from time to time has landed a couple. Here he is trying to do the best he can. Now Joe talks back. Now these guys start tying to each other. Fight's going to break out here.
Well, Parker's getting very angry.
Turning it up. Cojanu continues to taunt him. And now Joseph is looking like a guy who's annoyed. Showing the hand speed again is Joseph Parker.
Parker's got a lot more intensity about him now.
There's a lot more intensity, and I suspect that he's really annoyed right now.
Well, perhaps there's a little bit of a spark that was missing earlier on. He's been so relaxed through the week.
And in fairness to Cojanu, he's fighting, except for the fact he's not winning any rounds, he's fighting like a sparring partner, survival mode. Not fighting like a guy who's ranked 14th in the world. The Romanian flags, and they're pleased with the guy, and they should be. He's fighting for the heavyweight championship.
Well, quite frankly, they're here to spoil the party. I mean, those are kind of cuffing, clubbing kind of shots. Those were the shots that really annoyed Parker. And Cojanu's playing for the crowd. But it did spur Parker into some nice, clean work.
Second time for round 9.
Cojanu might be clowning his way into a couple of payday fights.
Yeah, he might be as an opponent for some of these guys. But Joe Parker now wants to turn it up one more notch here in the night. He wants to close the show. And in order to do that, he's got to really punish this guy to the body with a couple of shots, then come back upstairs. Joseph really hasn't punished the body. I thought we'd see some hard left hooks downstairs.
He's got frustrated going to the body because that's where he's been getting held up. That's where he's been getting
well, there's the double there's the double, triple jab, right hand. And that right hand, a lot of the time, has been blocked just by the behemoth of a guy being so much taller and those big, long limbs that Cojanu has. Here's Joe doing some nice work. The crowd gets into it a bit.
You see Parker there, he put his hand up to sort of pull the head down, and he should have continued to go and throw the right hand.
Joe's in magnificent shape. There's the body shots.
Get off his neck.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Michael Ortega will not let them lean on each other. Let's see if he wants Joe now.
You're pushing down on him, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's looking to take a point away to even the thing up.
He allowed Cojanu to do it earlier.
Cojanu's puffy underneath that left eye of his. Joe spins out of there again. That's a nice move for him. Get away, get reset up again.
When he spins out, that's where he needs to go back to the body with the left hand.
Cojanu making facial expressions to Joe. There's the uppercut. Oh, man, he's doing everything he can to frustrate Joseph Parker. And Parker does not like it. This is his home arena. Brought up not too far from here. And this will be the last heavyweight championship fight in New Zealand. They've been able to have two of them when he won the title against the tough Andy Ruiz. And this is for his first title fights. And again, I pointed out it was supposed to be Huey Fury, but he came up with that back injury and didn't make the trip down here. And Duco did everything they could do to keep this together.
You see how Cojanu walks forward. Watch him double bounce in, bang, and that's where Parker needs to double back on, just trying to catch him there, walk him into a shot.
Joe hit him good to the body again. Back upstairs with the left hand. Cojanu keeps talking to him, saying, hey, nice, nice, nice.
Right there, see where Cojanu's just stepping into range. Parker's defense, to be fair, hasn't been too bad.
But this guy is so slow and lumbering. You know, it's just to be, I can see the frustration in Joe, and I don't blame him. I mean, after the great heavyweight championship fight in England last week, he wanted to shine in this fight. And it's just so hard to really shine. It's so frustrating. Yet he's won every round. And that's all you can ask a fighter to do.
Well, to be frank, I don't actually think Cojanu, oh, he's probably of a similar level to Dimitrenko, who's actually just got himself back into the top 15 in the world with a knockout victory the other week against Adrian Garnett.
Work on the double jab and step around, okay? Right, Nelson? Work on the double jab and step around. There's the hook's working beautifully, okay? The hook crosses there. You've got the right hand, left hook is there. Having him with more, okay? But turn afterwards, don't stand in front of it, right?
Kevin again wants him to turn, don't stand in front of him, double and jab, right hand. There's Mama Sala. The uncles are here. Uncle Rudy, Uncle Henry, Henry Sewer. Here we go. This is round number 10 in the scheduled 12-rounder. WBO Heavyweight Championship of the world. Joe Parker trying to look good against a big, tall, lumbering heavyweight named Razvan Cojanu, who's not cooperating in the game plan of Joseph Parker. This left hand, Kevin wants him to hit, come back out, get set up again, and attack again. Razvan Cojanu hasn't shown any sign of ability to hurt Joseph, but again, Joseph hasn't been able to knock him down.
That's a nice little up jab from the hip. Cojanu looking for that slapping left hook of his, claret coming out of his mouth.
And that's landed several times, and Cojanu just opens his hands and says, what's that? Is that all you got? Well, those are piling up.
That's where Parker needs to go straight back downstairs afterwards. Keep him busy, take him back downstairs, and then go back up.
Joe moves away in the black trunk, slides to his right. Now he's set up in front of him. Cojanu comes in, and he turns him again, and that's what Joe wants to do, and that's what Kevin Barry, who is just one of the best trainers in the world of boxing today, wants to do. Joe got finally the first smile I've seen in his face when he made him miss that. Double, triple jab. We're in the 10th round, and, you know, even though it's not an action-packed heavyweight championship fight, the fighters are working hard. Joe Parker especially is working hard to try and take this big behemoth out. He's doing his job by winning every round. But there's a big difference in class, and that's what I want you people that are watching around the world to see. This guy's ranked number 14 in the world that he's fighting, and he's not in the same class with Joseph Parker at all. And not particularly making Joseph look good, but that isn't his job. His job is here to make him look bad. And that's about, you know, all he's done, because Joseph has won every round, and that's all he has to do. Sometimes it just, you can't knock everybody out.
He's taking this round off a little bit, Parker. Don't like to see him allowing himself to be backed into corners. He needs to throw punches to get himself out of there.
A hard right hand that time coming out of the corner. Joe takes a deep breath, up at his toes. See, he's turning him all the time now. Going to the right, going to the right, stepping out behind him.
I think he's clowning him now. He's clowning Cojanu, giving him a bit of his own treatment.
Cojanu hit him to the body and clipped him pretty good with the left hook. His Joe comes back with 2 hard punches of his own. Now they're smiling back and forth to each other.
Oh, that was a little bit of a...
Right at the belly, Cojanu hit him with an uppercut. And Joe looks at him much and say, what's that?
Just looked like he chopped down with his forearm there at some point.
Just more frustration, Mike, for Joe.
Not be getting killed. No, you don't need to fucking brawl with him and help him get lucky, okay? We've won every round. Give me a big breath.
Kevin's so smart there. He just said, don't let this guy get lucky with a shot. You've won every round. Just continue to do what you're doing. It's not going to be pretty. Nobody's going to say it's one of the great heavyweight championship fights of all time. But in 2 years from now or a year from now, when the big money fights come, it just goes in the W column, and that's all that's important. See, he banged him in the back of the head there. Last thing you want in the last 2 rounds is for an injury now for Joseph. A cut around the eyes, or any other type of injury. So all he has to do is box him now. Don't even worry about trying to look great and knocking him out. Just finish the fight without getting hurt. And don't get careless. That's the business side of boxing right now. Remember, there's millions and millions of dollars involved in this. Not so much for Cojanu right now at this stage, unless you get very, very lucky. But there is for Joseph. Well, this is his office in the ring.
Parker just waiting a little bit too long. He's allowing Cojanu to come in.
Well, Kevin gave him the exact proper instructions. Don't get careless with this guy. You won every round. Just box him. Turn him. Don't worry about the knockout. Just win the fight. And that's good advice. This guy's impossible to look good against.
Get into a nasty sort of pattern there. Parker gets backed up to the corner, throws a couple of shots. Cojanu walks in, grabs Parker, spins out.
Parker back on his back foot now, but when he plants it, he lands a hard right hand.
Needs the uppercut there.
The problem with what Kevin said is that it's not the nature of the fighter. Fight is fight. It's a different breed of athlete.
There's a bit of blood coming from somewhere.
Little uppercut in there. I think there's a cut inside the mouth of Cojanu. We'll see it. Maybe his tongue. Cojanu trying to load up a right hand. And that's, you know, Joe get careless there for just a second when he's taking a deep breath. Get outside this guy's punching area.
Parker's just had a little mental break this round.
Well, he's frustrated, and you can understand that. And now there's nothing for this guy to lose. And Kevin doesn't want to drag him into a fight right now. Just outbox him.
He walked Cojanu into a step right hand there.
See, Cojanu is a guy that's forcing the fight right now. It's, you know, it's all or nothing for him. He's got absolutely nothing to lose. If he gets cut, if he gets injured, it doesn't make any difference. This is the biggest payday of his life.
Parker's just taking this round off, really.
That's all he has to do. That's what Kevin told him to do.
I still hold it. Let's go.
Cojanu's pushing his head away, and he tells the referee, hey, he's holding him. Just a chopping punch. Yeah, that blood is coming from inside the mouth of Cojanu, Mike.
Yep, all just got spattered by a little bit of blood here ringside. I'm actually going to give that round to Cojanu. Parker took most of that round off, although he probably landed the cleaner shots.
You work your double jab, you move, you sit and you catch him as he's coming out. Then you move again. You don't stand there with him, okay? One round to go. Box, spar. I don't want to see your hands down. I want to see your chin down and your hands up, all right? Come on, mate, one every round. Let's fucking take care of business. Let's take care of business here, all right? Razvan's come out crazy. Box, box. He's going to jump onto something. Get him behind your jab. Stay balanced. Walk around him. Turn him, and then try and catch him.
Has the instructions of a guy that knows what he's talking about. Just left him with one thought. Don't make a mistake. I remember a fight that I did several years ago when Michael Moore was winning every single round just like this. And a guy by the name of George Foreman caught him in the last round and became the heavyweight champion of the world.
With that 1-2.
Cojanu is going to try to turn up the pace here and finish strong. And if Joe does exactly what Kevin says, don't worry about what anybody else is going to say. This is a W all the way. And you don't want to get caught by this big guy, and you don't want to get cut. So jab, box, and turn him.
He's going to take loose from the gloves of Cojanu.
Cojanu is so frustrating. I can feel it for Joe. Cojanu's done what he's had to do. If his job was to frustrate Joseph, he did a great job. to the people in Romania. Your guy got a chance to fight for the world title, a title he never expected. So don't be disappointed, because it's been a great night for everybody in Romania to at least see your man get a chance to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world. He's fighting a very, very skilled heavyweight in Joseph Parker. Halfway through the 12th and final round. In a sloppy, lackluster heavyweight championship fight, Parker has done what he came to do. He's won every round of the fight. Neither guy has been down. Neither guy really shaken. Joe doesn't want to get killed, but he's a fighter. He would love to drop this guy.
You saw the first uppercut he's thrown in the fight just then. Landed.
Joe knows what to do. He walks him back, grabs him. Joe cutlass with the right hand, landed on the button, but it didn't shift this great big guy. Inside of 32 seconds to go in this fight. Joe Parker all the way. Nothing pretty, but he's done what he came to do. In 23, 22, 21 seconds, he will retain the heavyweight championship of the world. And now he takes it on the road to Europe. All the big money in boxing now is in England. And here's Joe trying to finish real strong as he turns it up a notch with just seconds remaining. Now look at the guy from Romania. He caught him behind the head. Joe finished real strong. He said the fight's over. So in the very closing seconds of the fight, we saw the best part of the fight.
Well, the frustration boiled over. Still couldn't finish him. I was surprised by Cojanu. I think he showed a pretty decent pair of whiskers, but sometimes when you know you're going to be hit, you're prepared to get hit. And he did what he needed to do to survive and frustrate. Probably a disappointing performance in terms of wanting to impress on the world stage. Won't be striking fear into the hearts of heavyweights around the world. But take the win and move on.
Yeah, but that's it. That's all you can do. Very, very sloppy heavyweight championship fight on the heels of what happened a week ago in London. But that's not important. This goes as a win for Joseph Parker. He won every round. I scored at 120, 107. How the judges have it, it doesn't make any difference. The fight's over now.
Yeah, I think I managed to give.
When you know each other too well, it doesn't make for a great fight, and that was probably the case. But watch this nice flurry here at the end.
Well, this is where they started to really trade blows. Parker just wanted to get his man out of there. Cojanu thudding away with ugly lunges. The referee, Michael Taggart, did his job well as ring bouncer.
Well, let's talk about what the future is now as you take a look at this. Deontay Wilder wants to fight Joseph right away. That probably won't happen because Deontay doesn't get big money in the United States. Wilder's not the money move right now. Joe needs to fight the UK. Probably Tony Bellew is what they're talking about with his win over David Haye. In the meantime, Joshua will probably have to go to the rematch clause with Klitschko. If not, he's got two mandatory defenses of both his titles, WBA and the IBF. And in 120 days or so, Joseph still has to defend against Hughie Fury. Those two fights for Bellew or Fury would be, you know, big paydays, big attractions in England. Okay, we're all set. Let's make it official. Here's our ring announcer, Lieutenant Dan Hennessy. Danny.
Fighters to the center ring, please. after 12 rounds of World Champion Heavyweight Boxing action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge Dion Duarte scores the contest 108-119. And Geraldo Martinez and Dan Rex tap dancing scored the bout 110-117 for your winner by unanimous decision. And still the WBO Heavyweight Champion of the world, Lupe Solier La'auli Oli Maliatoa, Joseph Parker!
Well, Dion Duarte had it close to what I had it, and the other two judges had it the way you had it, Mike. So there's no question Joseph Parker did what he had to do to win the fight. Not pretty. Some nights you have a pretty one, and some nights you don't have a pretty one. But the most important thing is he's still the WBO Heavyweight Champion of the world, and now they take the show to the UK. So Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren get ready to promote some big fights with Duco and Top Rank. Joseph Parker is coming from down under to up above.
Well, Joe, as you wait for the music to come down a little bit, you normally like to say a few words before we dissect the fights, and now's your time.
Oh yeah, firstly, thank our Heavenly Father for this victory. And what a fight. I guess you can all see why we bring Razvan into camp with us, because we look for the best to prepare for the fights that we have. I'd like to thank Razvan and his team for coming down and putting on a great fight. Hopefully it was a great fight for you. It was probably our last one for a while. So I'd just like to thank you all for coming out and supporting us throughout my whole career so far. And I'd like to thank everyone in attendance, thank my parents for being here, my team, Coach Kevin Barry for all the hard work we've done, and thank the Prime Minister of Samoa and the team for being here today.
Joe, from a very early or young age in boxing, did you ever realise that you were going to win a world title and defend a world title on New Zealand soil? If that's the last fight we see here for some time, what's your thoughts on that now?
You know, I've done my best to keep the fights here in New Zealand. I guess it's time for us now to move overseas to get some exposure overseas, but I don't think that I'll get a world title at this age, but it comes down to the team that we have. Coach, we have a great partnership, and just without all the support of people here and people back home, we wouldn't be here today. So once again, big thank you, and I'll get Kev to say a few words, if you like.
Kevin, there's no one better in heavyweight history at the moment current that know Joseph Parker as well as Razvan, and it proved to be a difficult task to try and get that fight out of him.
Well, if you remember, you know, I told everyone when you wrote Razvan off that this was a real guy and this would be a harder fight than Hughie Fury. But the TAB never listened. A lot of other people never listened. We've sparred 100 rounds with this guy. We know how friggin' tough he is, and he's a very proud man, as you can see today. He was fighting with pride and dignity. We knew it would be a tough fight.
And still, tough fight. Plenty of support in the crowd, worrying and cheering Joe on to get success. You yourself, in the late rounds, were saying, look, Joe, make sure we get the win. Don't give him an opportunity to get the lucky punch.
Sure, you know, hey, Raz was trying from the first round to the 12th round. You know, as you saw, he let his hands go. He was looking for the punch. It only takes one punch to change the championship. And, you know, when I realised it was going to take us a while to break him down, I said to Joe, you know, just be patient. You know, Raz is fighting the fight of his life. Don't help him get lucky. And you can see right up to the bell went, he was still throwing punches, trying to win the title.
We saw a great title fight last week. Obviously, this didn't live up to the hype, but in terms of the other big names around the world, you've said earlier on in the night that you will take them on tomorrow. Is that still the case?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, styles make fights, and, you know, it's our time now to travel overseas and campaign over there.
Razvan, obviously you're here on behalf of Romania and your family to try and get a job done.
I have them here, man.
Yeah, they're here. Happy to get your world title shot.
Say that again?
Were you happy to get your world title shot and have your family here to witness it live?
100%, man. Can I say something now? First of all, I'm gonna say something in Romanian. Argi, te iubesc, David, te iubește, tata, și pe tine, Alex. I just said I love my wife and my kids, so don't think I said something wrong. I want to say hi to all the Romanians, first of all the New Zealanders. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I hear you guys. Now, back to the fight, right? To be honest, and now this is the moment of truth. I don't know if I deserve that 1 point deduction, but I respect the referee and I bow my head in front of him. I saw the fight much, much closer than how it was on the scorecard. Doesn't matter, it's New Zealand, it's not Romania or other country. I understand that. I think, and I don't think, I give all my best to be the champion today. I had a guy in front of me, his name is Joseph Parker, with more experience than me. You saw it in the ring, he ran. He didn't accept the fight. I tried to take him out from his game plan. I talked with him in the ring. I forced him to change him to... You know what? I got 12-day notice for this fight. I give everything what I had. I hope I make you guys to have fun and you enjoy this fight. Thank you very much. Thank you for my team. Journeyman, God bless.
Razvan Cojanu.
Let's do a rematch.
And your champion, Joseph Parker.
Well, some final thoughts here at ringside. Mike, you go first.
I think it was a disappointing heavyweight fight. They clearly did know each other. Joe struggled to sit down on his punches and make an impact on a sparring partner who did enough to put him off his game, who got inside his head, who frustrated him. But he's got the win, and now he's looking at bigger fights overseas. I think people watching overseas, those other heavyweights, won't have instilled a hell of a lot of fear in their heart. So hopefully we can see Joseph pick it up and take it to the next step in his next couple of fights.
Well, Mike, it's been a pleasure working with you and everybody at Sky. I don't know when I'll get back down here again to do a fight, but I think what I saw tonight was, you know, clearly a more skilled fighter in Joseph Parker, fighting a guy who's very frustrating to fight. You heard Kevin Barry say, hey, this guy, it was the night of his life for Cojanu. Cojanu performed as best he could with the ability that he has. He's a second-tier heavyweight fighter, but with his size and whatnot, and don't be fooled by what he said at the end. Joseph Parker won just about every round. In one judge's case, he won almost every round of the fight. In my case, I thought he won everything, but you take 1 or 2 points off for maybe being prejudiced in that I'm a big fan of Joseph Parker. I'm thrilled to have had all these trips down here. I'm thrilled for Joseph that he was successful tonight, and everybody in New Zealand to have a heavyweight champion. Great job by Duco and everybody involved, both Mr. Higgins and Mr. Lonergan, for keeping this fight together for the New Zealand folks to have the opportunity to see this. Now we'll go to the break.
To the winner goes the spoils. That spoil is a successful first defence of the WBO heavyweight title to Joseph Parker. Stephen McIver, Monty Beetham, just wrapping this one up on a very long night here at the Vodafone Events Centre. Got to say, Monts, very disappointing, but he must have learned something out of, learn how to be frustrated and deal with it.
Well, he got out there, he got in the ring, something he hasn't done this year, so that's great. Now he's got out there, he's got all this training. So if you go through all these training camps and you don't get to have a release in terms of having a fight for real, it makes it very awkward, it makes it very hard. It's not healthy for a fighter. So he's done that, he's come through unscathed, and now he can look ahead to the UK and what that will bring.
The only thing in this perception is a wonderful thing in this world, particularly in boxing. All the guys that want that belt are going to say, you ain't got nothing.
Well, that's great, because then he'll be a target. Maybe he can sneak up on someone. We've heard KB say on the start of the night that he will take on Anthony Joshua tomorrow. There's a lot of guys overseas now licking their lips thinking that Joseph Parker is a real target, and that's what they want to get out of this young man, and that's good. That's where you want to be. You want to be the underdog, and you want to just sort of lay low and then come back with some vicious punches, and that's what we want to see from this man.
Well, the most important thing about Joseph Parker is he's all about family. Mum, Salah, Dad, Dempsey, and all his uncles and all his supporters are here as well. But the most important thing, Mons, he's still the WBO Heavyweight Championship of the world. On behalf of all the team, Colonel Bob Sheridan, Mike Ango, Monty Beetham, I'm Stephen McIver. The champ is still in the house. The next stage we will follow with interest right here on Sky Arena. Enjoy your weekend, folks.